If you had $1 million, would you buy yourself? Would you put that $1 million to yourself to buy low and sell high later for 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, whatever that potential is? Would you do that? Looking outside in, if somebody had $1 million, say, you know what, Dr. Win, Yon, I've got $1 million and I'm going to put that million in you because I think you're going to turn my million into 10 million. Would somebody be willing to invest in you buying low, selling high? Do I have the habits where somebody would be willing to invest in me? If someone had a blank check and walked up to me and said, man, I got a blank check. I can put whatever money I want to put out to grow. Where should I put that money? Are you able to stare yourself in the face, in the mirror, look at yourself and say, look, man, write that check to me. Your friends, you look at your friends and say, man, is that somebody that I would spend time with now because I know later they're going to give me higher value, or we can create higher value together? Buying low, again, it's not just money as an investment, it's your time and your time you spend with your friends. Am I spending my time with my friends where it's low, but I get higher value out later? Because if it's not, then you're with the wrong crew. Yo, what is up, everybody? This is the End-to-End Podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Yon Win, affectionately called Ninja or Prolific Ninja by my family and friends, and because my fans are my friends, you can call me Ninja too. This is the End-to-End Podcast, the alpha to the omega, the beginning to the end, talking about life, motivation, drive, success, self-improvement, and offering you morsels in this all-you-can-eat buffet called life. I am feeling fantastic. It is the middle of June, hot as hell in Houston, Texas, but the reason I'm feeling fantastic is based on the productivity that I've had this week. I mean, we started off with a celebrity golf tournament on Monday, just had a major event with an elementary private school where we're sponsoring a summer camp, summer project, learning about a lot of things. And so, just feeling really high on life, just because part of this is how I can create value for others, and we've been doing that the entire week. I feel fantastic. But before we get into the specifics of all that, I want to start off by saying I start this podcast as I start my day. And if you're new to the show or if you've been with the show, you know that every morning I wake up, immediately when my eyes wake up, I start off in my mindset offering an expression of gratitude to the God, the universe, for another day to be inspirational, to offer my gifts to the world, try to create value for other people. And so with that, I want to offer you an expression of gratitude, my fans, my supporters, strangers new to the show, all of you. I want you to express an expression of gratitude for how you all have been supporting the show. We continue to grow our audience. The feedback that I get is just always fantastic, and the content we push out. Related to that, however, is that I do this show on my own dime, on my own time. So I put money out, schedule time out. I have a whole production team. You've met Arib Mirza and Damien and Fairlith, the team that puts this together. They spend their time on this. So the only way we grow this show and expand our mission, which is to inspire billions of lives across this planet to live to their fullest controllable potential, is if we share the show. So I like to say that, if you find value in this show and any other episode, learn something, even if 0.0001% you learned something, got better, or you felt this is something good for somebody else, please do share the show, because that is the only way we grow and keep this train rolling and keep the momentum rolling and inspiring billions of lives across the planet. So I like to say, if your knowledge swole, share the show. Now, I will confess to you that I did lie just a little bit, because although we don't have sponsors for the show, my law firm sponsors this show. So obviously the money that we use to create and produce the show is a throw off of what we do in my law firm at West Loop Law. But related to that is how you can also support the show. We are doing a campaign on raising awareness around cancer, okay? So cancer related to environmental chemicals in public water sources, primarily PFAS or PFAS, also known as the forever chemical. So for those of you who are familiar with like Prime Drink by Jake Paul, Prime got sued because their grape flavored Prime Drink had elevated levels of PFAS in their drink, and it caused, allegedly caused cancer in several consumers. So with that, we are raising awareness around cancer, thyroid cancer, breast cancer, liver cancer, kidney cancer, testicular, ovarian, prostate cancer, endometrial cancer, all these cancers related to PFAS in the water. So if you happen to know anybody that has been affected by cancer, whether they're in remission, they're a survivor, they've got active cancer in treatment, or there is somebody that passed away, please reach out to @PFAS Lawyer, PFAS Lawyer on X, or PFAS Injury Attorney, PFASinjuryattorney.com. Hopefully, we want to raise that awareness and hopefully support them in their mission of justice and try to get them resolution related to PFAS causing cancer due to water contamination. So please support the show in that regard, even though it's not technically a sponsor of the show. But anyway, moving to the topic of the show. There's always this idea, like if you've been in crypto or whatever, as of to date, which is the 26th, Bitcoin has come down a little bit from its all-time highs in the 70s, 80s. It's back down to like 60,000, whatever. I say that because the mantra related to investing, investing, whether your money or your time or whatever you're putting an investment in, what is the mantra? Buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. So if you're looking at a stock, like if you're a stock trader and NVIDIA, which has gone nuts, people are buying low, selling high. Tesla, buying low, selling high. It's come down, whatever. The way to make money in stocks, if you're not in the traditional way, is to buy low and sell high. Okay? And then when you sell, you get the money and then you allocate it in some other asset or resource. I say that because if you look at life in terms of business and success, okay? If you shift your framework in terms of buying low and selling high, you understand how or where you should allocate your time and resources. And I say this because right now, my son Nathan, who is transitioning from his junior to senior year, he's a basketball prospect, at least in the state of Texas. He's a top 100 player by certain ranking systems in the state of Texas. Certainly a top 100 player in Houston. But as you're getting recruited to college coaches are valuing you as an investment. Do they want to buy Nathan in hopes of what he can do for them? Buying low, where he is, selling high, what he can do and where he can perform in the future. Okay? Same thing with a project or an asset or where you want to invest time and or money. Okay? So if you're investing your time, it's still an investment. So are you investing your time in activities where if you put your time, you get more at the low end in value, you get out of that time a higher value in that activity. Okay? Investing low in terms of your time. I'm not talking about money. If you're investing low in an activity where you can get higher value out of that activity. Okay? Buy low, sell high. Why do I say that? Okay, listen, this morning, related to PFAS, cancer in the water, I invested all my morning from 9 until past lunch, spending time doing water experiments on clean water, water pollution, chemicals in the water and all that with fish and all these other things with elementary school kids, right? These were, I'm going to guess, 6, 7, 8-year-olds in a summer camp at St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Humble, Texas. Drove over an hour to get there, spent 2 hours with these kids and the teaching staff. Be a Champion was there with their student athletes, and so they were part of this, which I'm very grateful for that collaboration. But I made no money out of this. No money at all. Spent over 4 hours with these children. Okay? However, why did I do this? because that value coming in at a low, it's free to me, but time, which is my investment. I got to visit with, I don't know, at least 20 kids-ish. When they go home today and they talk to their parent, parent will be like, hey, Susie, what did you learn in school today? Well, I learned about water pollution and water contamination and how it can cause health concerns and can cause cancer. Oh, really? Who did you learn that from? Oh, some lawyer, West Loop Law. Now that parent is aware. They might know somebody with cancer or they may have had cancer themselves and they're a survivor. All of a sudden there's a correlation. And therefore you can see how spending free time with, kids can lead to a higher value in extraction time down the road. On top of that, I got content related to my law firm, about me, about how I'm spending time with kids, adding value, educating, all these things. I got value out of that can further spread the message about raising awareness about PFAS, the forever chemical causing cancer due to water contamination. Buy low, sell high. Okay? Similarly with you, and this is the core crux of the podcast topic. If you had $1 million, would you buy yourself? Would you put that $1 million to yourself to buy low and sell high later for 10 million, 20 million, 100 million, whatever that potential is? Would you do that? Are you somebody looking outside in? If somebody had $1 million and say, you know what, Dr. Wynn, Jan, I've got $1 million and I'm going to put that million in you because I think you're going to turn my million into 10 million. Would somebody be willing to invest in you buying low, selling high? I evaluate that in the people that I hire, my employees. I evaluate that in the people that I associate with on a business level, not social, but just purely business level. If I'm going to partner up with somebody, I'm looking at them saying, look, I'm investing my time, my money, my resources in this project with you as a partner at low, because later I'm trusting you to be able to sell high. Would people be willing to do that for you? If somebody were to walk up to you and say, hey man, I got $1 million, where should I put my money? Would you be confident enough to say, you need to put that money with me because I'm going to turn it to 10 million for you. I'm going to turn it to $100 million for you. Because if that's not you, or you don't have the honest confidence to say that, you're focused on the wrong things, my friend. You see, when I look at people, I look at it, are they reliable? Do they do what they say? Are they investing in their own selves? Do they work out? Do they keep do they take pride in their appearance? Do they do the little things that I know it takes to be successful? Do they leave the place better than where they found it? Are they doing everything as they do anything? Are they doing anything as they do everything? Because I know if I go low with this guy or girl, I'm going to end up selling high later. And that's what it's all about. You want to aggregate value, aggregate assets over the course of your career. So when you ask yourself and you look at yourself in the mirror, core question, I had $1 million, would I invest in myself? As I am right now, am I developing, do I have the habits where somebody would be willing to invest in me? That's a good question, isn't it? If someone had a blank check and walked up to me and said, man, I got a blank check. I can put whatever money I want to put out to grow. Where should I put that money? Are you able to stare yourself in the face, in the mirror, look at yourself and say, look, man, write that check to me because I'm going to turn it into 10x, 100x because I've done the work. I've put in the sweat. I know what it takes. I've made the mistakes. I've made the failures. I know what to avoid. I know where to go. Because, my friends, if that is not you, you're doing the wrong things. You're spending your time on the wrong places. Netflix and fucking chilling. Or wasting your time gaming. or whatever it is, if you're not developing the skill set to say, you need to put that money with me. If you're looking at yourself with a blank checkbook, would you put the money in you? Because if you're not, maybe you're not built for this. In fact, if not, you're not built for this until you are. And that's the good thing, my friends, is because you can transform and learn the skills and build yourself for this, where you put that money on you, betting on yourself. But if you're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to put in the work, the discipline, the persistence, the consistency, this may not be for you, and that's okay. But the winners know. I ask anybody that is any worth of anything in the business world, I say, hey man, if you had $1 million, where would you put it? I put it on myself. I promise you that's what they'd say. Anybody worth anything that is successful, that has made some degree of success, where would they put it? On themselves. So if you don't have those traits or those talents or habits or skill sets to be able to say, put it on yourself, if you want to cross the finish line, you better develop those habits so that you can say you can bet on yourself. Buy low, sell high. Am I buying myself low so that I know I'm putting in the work that 1 month, 1 year, 10 years, 100, no, not 100 years, 10 years, 20, 30 years from now, I'm selling at a much higher value of myself than where I am now. Put yourself in that mind frame. Put that self in that perspective. When you look at things, what am I doing? How am I spending my time? What are the things I'm learning? How am I using social media? Am I looking at social media just to scroll? Or am I actually following accounts that I can learn things from or get inspiration from? Who am I associating with? Am I associating your friends? You look at your friends and say, man, is that somebody that I would spend time with now because I know later they're going to give me higher value? Or we can create higher value together? Buying low, again, it's not just money as an investment, it's your time and your time you spend with your friends. Am I spending my time with my friends where it's low, but I get higher value out later? Because if it's not, then you're with the wrong crew. With the wrong crew. I went to a friend's birthday dinner last night, surprise birthday party, 40 years old. As my wife and I, and we don't know a lot of the people that were there. I mean, we know some, familiar with some, but we didn't know a lot of people. But listen, everyone that showed up, I could tell they were high value people. Why? Because when you're in an environment where there's just success, you just feel it. And the conversation was around success. Hey man, how are you? My name is blah. My name is blah. Yeah, okay, good, cool. How do you know the guest of honor? Well, we do this. We're in the same car group. We both drive Ferraris. He's got a Porsche 911 Turbo S. I've got a Porsche 11, GT3 RS. We go driving together. Okay, check mark. Success guys. Okay, how do you know so-and-so, the guest of honor? Oh man, so we used to do business together and so he did this for me and I did this for him and, then he took off and did this and business conversation. Yeah, high value guy. What do you do for a living? Man, I own the largest T-Mobile distribution network in Houston. Oh, how many stores did you have? Man, we had over 63 stores. Well, what happened while I sold the business? Hey, man, what do you do? Oh, man, I owned, I can't name the restaurant, man, damn. But it's a restaurant where you can get fried seafood, cooked Mexican style with Asian fried rice. It's freaking so popular in Houston, kind of crazy. But yeah, it's a mashup of Mexican and Asian food. Multiple stores across the city. Oh yeah, I remember eating there. Yeah. Okay, yeah. My family owns that. Buying low and selling high. It was 8:30 at night, the party. I was like, damn, I'm tired. Talking to my wife, man, should we go? Yeah, I don't know. You tired? How you feel? Man, I'm tired. Let's just go anyways. Spend 3 or 4 hours, meet a lot of people. Spent that time low, exit that time high. You see how that works? So when you shift your mentality in terms of buying low, investing low, time or money, energy and resources, extracting out higher value, every interaction, if you do that in your life, that gain, that difference between buying low and selling high compounds, keeps growing, growing and growing and growing. And that, my friends, is a key to success in life. So always ask yourself, am I buying low, selling in with the opportunity to sell high, or I'm buying high and selling low? Think about that. If you buy high and sell low, what happens? You go broke. You buy high and sell, and that, my friends, is where most 95% of people spend their time. Buying high, selling low. Damn, I know I got to send out these 10 emails, but let me go get this last game of Call of Duty 6 hours later. Did you send those emails? Nope. You bought high and sold low. You didn't move the needle on your progress. Right? Man, there's this proposal I need to write for this potential 6-figure deal, but there's a party tonight, so let me just go to the party. Drunk, passed out, a whole weekend later, proposal still not out. You bought high and sold low on the value of your time. So really think about your interactions, your transactions, and then the most fundamental question to yourself. If you had $1 million, would you buy yourself? Would you buy stock that represents your name? Would I buy stock in Dr. Yun Win? Hell freaking yeah. We just signed up 5 cancer cases yesterday. Cancer case, each one, notionally on value, $100,000, $200,000 each case. So would I put $1 million behind my name? Hell freaking yeah. Would you put $1 million behind your name? Ask yourself. So, buy low, sell high. Think of yourself. Are you going to buy your own stock so that you can sell it later for a higher value? Because, if you're not evaluating yourself like that, other people guaranteed are. Your boss, your manager, your business relationships. That's what it's all about. When you meet somebody, they're assessing you. Hey, man, can I invest my time with this person? If not, nope, see you later. I'll call you. Don't call me. That's how it works. As crass and as real as that is, that's real life. Man, can this guy have value that I can extract higher value out of? Let's do business then. That's how it works. So again, look at yourself in the mirror. Would you buy stock in you? Good question, isn't it? Anyway, visit pfasinjuryattorney.com, pfasinjuryattorney.com, or check us out on X, PFAS Lawyer, PFAS Lawyer. Learn about how PFAS, the forever chemical in the water, is causing cancer across this country. If you have any questions, reach out there or DM me directly. Grateful for you all for listening to the show. I'm going to end the show as I end my day, which is an expression of gratitude. Thank you all so much. If you're new to the show or if you know me, before I put my head hits the pillow, close my eyes, I thank God, the universe, for another day to be inspirational, hopefully to provide value. Our mission statement at my law firm is changing people's lives in all my companies. And so hopefully had an opportunity to change somebody's life today. And so with that, I want to thank you all for listening, following, liking, sharing, subscribing to the show. Again, other than my law firm, which is me, sponsoring the show, we do this on my own dime, on my own time. So the only way to grow the show is if you share it. So if your knowledge swole, share the show. That is how we grow. Be great today, but be even more grateful. Thank you for listening. Looking forward to bringing you another episode very, very soon.